Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. Our last stream for the evening is going to take us to Busch Stadium circa in the 1998 season, as we are playing season ticket baseball by Sports Mogul Games. No bonus points for guessing, but this one is a baseball simulator. Now, the last time we had season ticket baseball on the channel was my 1985 season replay, when the Montreal Expos won the World Series over the Detroit Tigers. So I'm going to be we're going to be a little bit rusty at this game, but we'll give it a go, see what happens. We'll roll some dice, have some fun with a little 98 baseball. We'll probably be hearing a lot of booms in this one because we do have both of the teams we have both of the two main teams wrapped up in the center of the home run chase, as the Chicago Cubs are playing the St. Louis Cardinals in this one, as we've got Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire set to go head-to-head here. Randy Smith now is first to join us here at Busch Stadium. Evening, Randy. Hopefully your Friday went well for you today. Anywho, rather than ramble, I will mention as well, I don't have Digital Diamond, so I'm going to be more interactive with chat than usual. In fact, I might soon be looking for a new stat-keeping program, because Digital Diamond apparently decided that, I'm not able to access the libraries anymore. So I might be looking for something new. In fact, Action PC Baseball is actually supposed to come out with something new. Is actually supposed to come out with their new program that'll offer manual entry. So I do want to check that out. And I might be looking for something new for 2001. So, without any further ado, what say we jump right into the action? Starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals tonight is Kent Bottenfield. 4-6 with a 4.44 ERA. 133 and 2/3 innings pitched, 98 strikeouts, 57 walks, and 13 home runs in 98. Let's meet the Cubs starting lineup that he's going to be charged with. Leading off, we've got Brant Brown in center field, Mickey Morandini at second base, Slammin' Sammy Sosa in right field, Mark Grace at first base, Henry Rodriguez in left field, Jose Hernandez at third, Tyler Houston catching, Manny Alexander on the infield, and our starting pitcher using a pitcher batting card is Steve Traxel. So that is the lineup charged with keeping that is the lineup that Bottenfield is charged with keeping in check tonight. Leading off for the Cubs is Brant Brown. 291 average, 14 home runs, 48 RBIs in 98. We are going to use red, white, and red dice tonight. Cardinals are the home team. This is not going to be a full demo playthrough like you would see like you'd see at the start of a replay. And had a quiet, restful day so far. Broke a bone in your left hand at work last week, so home and off work for a total of 6 weeks. So I'm taking it easy. Hoping your hand feels better there, Randy. So go ahead and lean back and enjoy a little bit of baseball here, as Bottenfield will get the sign from Eli Marrero. As the fans are filing in here at Busch Stadium, we're expecting a sellout tonight. Bottenfield will set. Here's the windup, and here is the opening pitch. We will start off with a 678, going straight over to Busch Stadium, 678. Brown's going to get on with the leadoff single, and we are underway here at Busch Stadium. I'm so in the habit of going over to my laptop for Digital Diamond, but I don't have Digital Diamond tonight. The infield is at double play depth. Mickey Morandini, now the batter. 296 average, 8 home runs, 53 RBIs in 98. Brown could try to get the jump here, but this early in the game, they're not going to worry about that. What they are going to consider, though, is a hit and run for Morandini. Excuse me, because Morandini doesn't have that great of power. I am going to get some of my quick references out for stuff that I had ready here. Let's see. A hit and run. Are they going to call it hit and run here? Yes, they are. Hit and run is on. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 443 against a righty. 443. That's going to be a ground ball over to. That's going to be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that is going to be Pat Kelly. He will make the play over to first. 1 out in the inning. Brown will go to second as the hit and run was already on. Morandini will be thrown out. 1 out in the inning. And speaking of slamming Sammy Sosa, here he is in the batter's box now. 308 average, 66 home runs, 158 RBIs in 98. They are not doing anything crazy with Sosa at the plate. He is going to swing away at this one. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero, and he will pitch. 236 against a righty, 236. That's going to be a base hit by Sosa. He'll drive in the first run of the game. Brown will come in to score. Sosa will end up at first on the single. That'll be 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. Stadium groans. Ugh. Back to double play depth as the batter now is Mark Grace, the first baseman. 309 average, 17 home runs, 89 RBIs in 98. Bottenfield trying to get out of the inning. He will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That's a 590. That's going to be trouble. Actually, that'll probably be no problem. That'll go to Brian Jordan. That'll be a fly ball into right field. Jordan will get under that one. He'll make the play. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the left fielder, Henry Rodriguez. 251 average, 31 homers, 85 RBIs in 98. Sosa waiting at first, hoping Rodriguez can get into one. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero, and he will pitch. 441 against a righty. 441, that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Once again, we call Jordan's name to get under that one. He will make the play, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. Score is now Chicago 1, St. Louis coming up to bat. And I need my Cthulhu Flex token so I can mark batter, so I can mark which team is at bat. There we go. Got that all sorted out. Starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs is Steve Traxel. 15-8 with a 4.46 ERA, 208 innings pitched, 149 strikeouts, 84 walks, and 27 homers in 98. We will meet the lineup he is charged with keeping in check here for the Cardinals. Leading off, we've got Pat Kelly at second base, Brian Jordan in right field. We've called his name a couple times. Mark McGuire is at first base. Ray Lankford is in center field. Ron Gant is in left field. Fernando Tatis is at third base. Eli Marrero's catching. Kent Bottenfield, rare pitcher hitting in the 8th spot. And Luis Ordaz at shortstop. That's the lineup Traxel is charged with keeping in check here tonight. Leading off for the Cardinals is Pat Kelly, the second baseman. 216 average, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs in 98. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 338. And a 338 is going to be a called strike 3 on Kelly. He will sit down, 1 away in the inning. Here's the right fielder, Brian Jordan. 316 average, 25 home runs, 91 RBIs in 98. As Troy Sawyer now joins us here at Busch Stadium. Season Ticket is your favorite baseball sim. Thanks for a replay. Always glad to provide a replay of a very good baseball sim. It's either this one or Payoff Pitch is probably my number one, depending on which, probably depends on which day you catch me on. But we'll see how that goes. Traxel will get the sign from Houston, and he will pitch. 423 against a righty. 423 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that one is going to be Alexander. He'll make the play with no trouble. 2 outs in the inning. And the fans at Busch Stadium rise to their feet because here comes somebody who can easily tie the game with one swing of the bat. Mark McGuire. 299 average, 70 home runs, 147 RBIs in 98. Of course, that record would stand until 2000, I think it was 2001, when Bonds hit 73. So that'll be another storyline that we might be looking at during my 2001 season replay starting in January. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set. Fans come to their feet hoping for a big-time hit. Traxel will pitch. That is a 442 against a righty. 442. McGuire's going to work a 2-out walk out of the at-bat. 2 outs in the inning, and here's Ray Lankford. 293 average, 31 home runs, 105 RBIs in 98. Traxel trying to get out of trouble here. He will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 643, 653 because the home team is batting, but that'll be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that is going to be Alexander. He'll toss that over to Morandini at second to get McGuire, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Cardinals. Cubs holding a 1-0 lead here after 1. Yep. Top of the second, and leading off is Jose Hernandez. 254 average, 23 home runs, 75 RBIs in 98. Get a hold of the dice there. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. 253 against a righty. 253s, that's going to be a 563. That'll send us over to the shortstop. That's Ordaz. That'll be a ground ball right to Ordaz. He'll take it with no trouble. Flip it over to first. 1 out in the inning. Again, I'm in the habit of going over to my laptop to enter the play in Digital Diamond, but I am -1 Digital Diamond tonight. Here's the catcher, Tyler Houston. 255 average, 9 home runs, 33 RBIs in 98. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and here comes the pitch. 281. That sounds like it could be trouble. 281 against a lefty. Nope. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Gant. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. And here is the shortstop, Manny Alexander. 227 average, 5 home runs, 25 RBIs in 98. Bottenfield looking into Marrero, and he will pitch. 535. That's over to the first baseman. That's McGuire. McGuire will take that to the bag himself as it'll be hit right to him. He'll wave off. Bottenfield coming over. He'll step on the bag. That will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs here in the top of the second. Let's remember to change the scoreboard. Still 1-0 Cubs heading into the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second coming up, and we are looking at the middle of the Cardinals' order. Leading off is the left fielder, Ron Gant. 240 average, 26 home runs, 67 RBIs in 98. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 185. And a 185, that's going to be a bloop single as Gant will get on with a leadoff base hit. Infield will move to double play. Batter now is Fernando Tatis. 287 average, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs in 98. Haven't tried payoff pitch, so you'll have to try it. Well, you might get some help as well in watching it in action, because I will be playing payoff pitch tomorrow on the channel, probably tomorrow morning if I had to guess, due to Mystical Munchies being an entree this week, and I usually like to do entrees when they're dinner entrees as an afternoon upload. That way I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Anywho, I'll talk more about that at the end. I'll probably talk more about that during the 7th inning stretch. Anywho, infield is at double play depth. Tatis has got pretty good power, so he's going to swing away. Traxel will get the sign from Houston, and he will pitch. That is a 664. That'll turn into a 674. And that'll be another bloop single, as Tatis now gets on base with a single, and the Cardinals all of a sudden have something going on here in the bottom of the second. Eli Marrero steps into the batter's box for his first time at the plate. 244 average, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs in 98. I was forgetting what season I was using for a second here. Traxel will get the sign from Houston, and he will pitch. That is a 653. That'll turn into a 663. And that'll be a ground ball over to right back to the pitcher. Traxel will take that, flip that over to first. That'll be out number 1, but everybody will move up. That will bring the infield well, is it going to bring the infield in? Yes, it is. Even though the batter here is Kent Bottenfield. No individual pitcher batting stats. With the infield in, the runners we have to establish if the, let's see here. And been tuning in all week, just lurking. All good, Troy. Glad to have you lurking around, and always glad to provide good content. Let's see. Gant is going on contact. Traxel will look in at Houston for the sign. Fans here at Busch Stadium hoping Bottenfield can help his own cause. Bottenfield will set, and he will pitch. Or not Bottenfield, Traxel will set, and he will pitch. 644. That'll turn into a 654. And that'll be a base hit past short. Bottenfield will help his own cause. Both runners will score. Bottenfield to first. Cardinals take the lead. Cardinals take the lead 2-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Infield moving to double play depth. Here's Luis Ordaz. 203 average, no home runs, 8 RBIs in 98. Bottenfield jumping up and down in first base saying, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. We'll find out if Traxel does. He's due to lead off the top of the third. Cardinals, though, with a 2-1 lead. Traxel will get the sign from Houston, hoping for a double play ball. Fans here at Busch Stadium are on their feet. Traxel will set, and he will pitch. That is a 552. That'll be over to third base. That is Hernandez. 552. That'll be grounded right to him. He will take his time, throw it over to first. Out number 2. Bottenfield will move up on the play. Batter now is Kelly. Kelly struck out looking his first time up. 2-1 Cardinals, bottom of the second. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 256 against a righty. 256. Uh-oh. That could be trouble. Kelly is deep to center field on that one. His power is a 5. Oh boy, that 5 and 16 is 21, and that is going to extend the Cardinals' lead with a boom! That ball is hit high! That ball is hit deep to center field. Brown, back for that one. He's back to the track, back to the wall. That ball is gone. Home run, Pat Kelly. Cardinals jump out on the Cubs 4-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Cubs can't believe what they see. Batter now is Jordan. Cardinals all of a sudden with a 4-1 lead. Jordan tonight is 0-1. He grounded out his first time up. Traxel has got to have instant amnesia on that one. He will get the sign from Houston. Manager going out to talk to him. Traxel will set, and he will pitch. A 445 against a righty. 445 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Hernandez getting to that one. He'll throw that across the horn. That will retire the side. But, whoo boy, you talk about damage done. The Cardinals did a lot of damage in this inning. 4 runs on 4 hits. A 2-run bomb by Pat Kelly. It is now 4-1 Cardinals after 2. I know if Jester was watching this video tonight, he would be ecstatic with what the Cardinals are doing so far in this one. Top of the third, though, will bring Steve Traxel into the batter's box. We saw Kent Bottenfield help his own cause earlier. Let's see if Traxel can get something going for the Cubs here. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 539. That will probably help out. And McGuire is going to bobble that one as it's hit to him. It bounces off his glove, and Traxel will be safe on the E3. Infield will go to double play depth, and the batter now is Brown. Brown led off the game with a single. Brown's got pretty good power. They're going to let him swing away. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero, and he will pitch. That is a 267 against a lefty. 267 is going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that at second base is going to be Kelly. He will make the catch. 1 out in the inning. Here's Morandini. Morandini grounded out his first time up. 4-1 Cardinals, top of the third. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 444 against a righty. 444. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Let's see. Base hit into center field. Langford's arm is a 3. Traxel with a speed of 0. He's not going to challenge that. They're going to leave. They're going to put him at. They're going to have him stay at first base, especially when the leadoff. Especially when the next batter can tie the game with one swing of the bat. It's Sosa. Sosa has a single. He drove in the only Cubs run so far. 4-1 Cardinals. But if you're looking for a way to tie this game in one swing, the Cubs have the right guy at the plate for it. Bottenfield knows he's got to work very carefully. Fans here at Busch Stadium are on their feet, hoping for a big-time pitch. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 681. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a base hit for Sosa. Both runners, I believe 1B++ says both runners will score. Nope. R2 and R3 score, so Traxel will score. Morandini will go to third. Sosa will go to first. And that will bring us to 2-1. That'll bring us to 4-2, I should say, for the Cardinals. Stadium groans. Ugh. But they still have a 4-2 lead. Batter now is Grace. Grace tonight is 0-for-1. He flew out his first time up. Just making sure the camera didn't freeze on me as it's wont to on occasion. Grace, looking in, also very capable of giving the Cubs the lead. Bottenfield gets the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 399, and Grace just gave the Cubs the lead with a boom! High, deep, gone! Home run, Mark Grace, a 3-run shot. We are in the midst of the steroid era, of course, but the score is now 5-4 in favor of the Cubs. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Rodriguez. Rodriguez tonight flew out his first time up. Bottenfield now feeling what Traxel felt back in the second. This is going to be one of those slugfests, I think, tonight. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. 5-4 Cubs here in the top of the third. Bottenfield will set, and he will pitch. 473. 473 against a righty. Rodriguez is going to smack one into the outfield. That's going to get into the gap, and that's going to be a double. The batter now is Hernandez. Hernandez tonight is 0-for-1. We are going to get some activity in the Cardinals' bullpen as starting to get loose for St. Louis. This is the one peril of not having Digital Diamond. I don't have the accurate as-played lineups. They are going to get Rich Crushore warming up. I probably butchered pronunciation on his name, but we are going to start him warming up. Rodriguez over at second. Cubs looking... The Cubs have already taken the lead this inning, but they want more. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 621. And a 621 is going to get popped up on the infield. Kelly will get under that one. He'll make the play. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Houston. Houston tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Cubs trying to get more runs here. Bottenfield saying, no, no, no. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 698. Oh, boy. 698. Actually, they're going to get away with one because that's going to be a walk, and Houston will find himself on with 2 outs. And the batter now is Alexander. Alexander tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out. Cubs might be about to bat around here. We'll see what happens here, though. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 197, and indeed, that is going to be a bloop double. And I believe on a bloop double, everybody advances... Yep, that's a long double. So everybody's going to come in to score. Rodriguez and Houston both score. Alexander ends up at second. 7-4 Cubs. Stadium groans. Ugh. That will clear the bases, and batting around now is Traxel. Traxel tonight he reached on an error earlier to start this inning. The Cardinals are going to try to get Bottenfield out of the inning, but they're probably getting the hook ready for him. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. 7-4 Cubs here in the top of the third. Bottenfield will set, and he will pitch. That die is cocked. That's a 285. And a 285 against a righty. Uh-oh. That is deep to center field. Except I don't think pitchers can go deep to center field. Let me look about that. Because I know there's something in here about that. Let me look before we say, yeah, we're going deep to center field. You know what? I think we're just going to... You know what? F it. We're going to go with it. Traxel trying to help his own cause. He's got a power of a 0, though. Actually, no, I take that back. Traxel's got a power of a 3. Plus 9 is 12. That, what do you say, deep to center field at 12? That's going to be a long fly ball, but the Cardinals will just barely have room, as Langford will make the catch to retire the side. What an inning for the Cubs, though. 4 runs on 5 hits and a walk. Actually, no, that should be 6 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. No, actually. Hold on. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, it took me a little bit to figure it out. 6 runs on... I forgot Traxel batted twice this inning. 6 runs on 5 hits, a walk, and an error. And the Cubs suddenly have a 7-4 lead as we get set for the bottom of the third. And Randy Smith looks to be in shock at the moment. I don't blame him, though. Let's see if Traxel can settle down from the inning. This looks like it's going to be one of those. It's going to be a long night for pitchers from the looks of it. Here's McGuire. McGuire had a walk his first time up. Traxel now with a 7-4 lead, but as we've seen, no lead is safe in season ticket baseball. Actually, no lead is safe in 1998. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 153. And a 153 is going to get skied into center field. Brown will get under that one for the Cubs. He will make the play. 1 out in the inning. Here's Langford. Langford tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. 7-4 Cubs, bottom of the third. Traxel will get the sign from Houston, and he will pitch. That is a 384, and a 384 is going to be a called strike 3 on Langford. Curveball catches the zone for strike 3, out number 2. Just the second strikeout of the day for Traxel. 2 away in the inning, and here's Gant. Gant tonight is 1 for 1. He's got a single. Traxel trying to get out of this inning with no trouble. He will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 674. That'll turn into a 684. And that'll extend the inning as Gant will get on with a single. Here's Tatis. Tatis tonight also has a single. Okay, so I lied when I thought Jester was going to be happy, but that was before the Cubs exploded for a 6-run third. And actually, let me see if I can write that a little bit more clearly. There we go. Come here. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. Cardinals trying to come back into this one. Traxel will set, and he will pitch. That is a 443 against a righty. 443 is going to get grounded over to third. Grabbing that is going to be Hernandez. He'll throw that over to second to get Morandini, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Cardinals. Cubs out to a 7-4 lead here after 3. The Cardinals are going to let Bottenfield pitch, try to get out of trouble. He is due to bat second in the inning, but we'll see how long. He'll probably get lifted for a pinch hitter. We're back to the top of the Cubs order, though. Leading off is Brown. Brown is 1 for 2 with a single tonight. 7-4 Cubs, top of the fourth. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 372, and a 372 is going to be a called strike 3 on Brown. He will get retired on strikes for 1 away. Changeup catches the zone just enough for strike 3. 1 out, and here's Morandini. Morandini tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 116. The only way that's not a strikeout is 316. Yeah. That'll be another called strike 3 as a curveball catches the zone for strike 3, 2 down in the inning. That is the second strikeout by Bottenfield tonight. Here's Sosa once again. Sosa is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 RBIs. Bottenfield knows he's got to pitch Sosa very carefully. Bottenfield will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 321, and a 321 is going to be a swing and a miss by Sosa as Bottenfield manages to strike out the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs here in the top of the fourth. 7-4 Chicago as we get set for the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fourth, or bottom of the fourth coming up, I should say. Leading off the inning is Marrero. Marrero tonight is 0 for 1. Traxel trying to keep this damage, trying to keep the Cardinals from getting any more damage. He will get the sign from Houston, and he will pitch. That is a 120. 120 is going to be a 320, and Marrero is going to get called strike 3 as a changeup catches the zone for out number 1. Bottenfield is going to come out of the game. The Cardinals are going to go to the bench. A little bit weird that the pitcher is batting 8th. Let's see, they are going to bring in Cardinals are going to bring in Brian Hunter. 205 average, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs in 98. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set and he will pitch. 446 against a righty. 446 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Morandini waiting for that one. He will make the play. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Ordaz. Ordaz tonight is 0 for 1. Traxel looking in at Houston for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup. And here comes the pitch. That is a 689, which will turn into a 699. And that'll extend the inning with a walk. Ordaz will get on with a 2-out walk. And here's Kelly. Kelly tonight is 1 for 2, but that one was a 2-run bomb that originally gave the Cardinals the lead. Traxel hoping to not have a repeat of that. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. Fans here at Busch Stadium giving Kelly a nice ovation. Traxel will set, and he will pitch. That is a 509. That's going to be a rare play. So we have runner at first. 2 outs. Okay, so page 35 for a rare play. .532. 532 says, pitcher's pickoff throw to first base sails wide and is chased down by the first baseman. Runner advances to second and must try to go to third by challenging the first baseman's arm, I think. Yep, and is chased down by the first baseman. So Ordaz has got to try to advance against Grace's arm. His arm is a 1, so he's got to beat an 11. I think that's all 3 dice on a challenge, right? Yes. So with a speed of 3, Ordaz has got to beat an 11 to get to third base. And he will easily. Ordaz will go to third on the pickoff throw gone wide. That'll be an E3 by Grace. Wow, all of a sudden, the Cardinals are threatening here. So that will be ball 1. Actually, no, that was a pickoff play. 2 outs in the inning, though. The Cubs aren't going to call the infield in. Traxel will instead pitch again. That'll be a 655. That'll turn into a 665. That'll be a wild pitch. That'll bring Ordaz in. Ordaz will score. It is now 7-5 Cubs. It's been a wild one tonight. And now it's ball 1. We're going to be getting some activity in the Cubs bullpen most likely momentarily. Traxel will pitch again. This is the wildest at bat I think I've had in a while. That is a 114 is likely to end 314. And yep, that'll be a called strike 3 on Kelly as a slider catches the zone for the third out in the inning. But what a wild inning that was. One run on 1 hit, a walk, an error, and a wild pitch, bringing in a run for the Cardinals. Score is now 7-5 Chicago as we get after 4. Let me tally up numbers on Bottenfield real quick. Let's see, he went 4 innings, gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Walked 1, struck out 3. No hit batters, faced 21. Currently, Bonfield is in line for the loss. But coming in to pitch for the Cardinals is going to be Rich Crushore. 0-3 with a 4.97 ERA, 54 and a third innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, 29 walks, and 6 home runs in 98. Grace, now the batter. Grace tonight is 1 for 2, but that one was a 3-run bomb. That was back in the third. Crushore will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. 344. And that'll be a fly ball into left field. Gant will get under that one for the Cardinals. He will make the catch. 1 out in the inning. Rodriguez, now the batter. Rodriguez tonight is 1 for 2 with a double. Crushore looking into Marrero for the sign. 7-5 Cubs, top of the 5th. Crushore will set, and he will pitch. With a 534, that should be no problem for McGuire. Indeed, it won't be. It'll be grounded right to him. He'll wave off. Crushore coming over. 2 outs in the inning. And here's Hernandez. Hernandez is 0 for 2 tonight. Crushore looking in at Marrero for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup. And here comes the pitch. That is a 559. That is almost certainly going to be trouble for Tatis. And a 559. That is going to be an E5 as he's going to throw that one wide. Hernandez will be safe at first on the E5. And here's Houston. Houston tonight is 0 for 2. Actually, I take that back. Houston is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Hernandez not going anywhere. Crushore will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 211. 211 against the lefty is going to be a 411. And against a righty, that'll be grounded right in front of the plate. Marrero popping up quickly. He will throw that over to McGuire, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the error for the Cubs. Remains 7-5 Chicago as we get set for the bottom of the 5th. Traxel will stay on the mound to start the inning. We'll see how long that lasts. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Cardinals is Jordan. Jordan tonight is 0 for 2. Traxel due to bat second in the top of the 6th. We'll see if he makes it that far. Traxel will get the sign from Houston, and he will pitch. That is a 518, and that'll be a base hit into center field. Jordan could try to challenge. Center fielder for the Cubs is Brown, I think, isn't it? Yes, it's Brown. He's got a 1 arm. Jordan with a 4 speed. He's going to try it. He's going to try to challenge Jordan Brown's arm. He's got to beat an 11 with a speed of 4. And he will. Jordan will make that happen. He'll turn that into a double. Stadium cheers. Yay! And here's McGuire. McGuire tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. McGuire can easily tie this game with 1 swing of his bat. McGuire waiting for the pitch from Traxel. Traxel will get the sign from Houston, and here's the deal. That'll be a 245. That's not likely to tie the game. Nope, that'll be grounded right back to Traxel. Jordan will make it over to third. but McGuire will be thrown out at first, 1 away. That'll bring the infield in, and the batter now is Langford. Langford tonight is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Jordan is going on contact as the Cardinals offense declares. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 537. That's going to be a problem for Grace, most likely. 537. Yep, that'll be a base hit into right field. Jordan will score. So that's at least an S9. So Jordan will score. The question is Langford going to try to challenge the right fielder? Right fielder is so-so with a 5 arm. He's not going to challenge. So Langford will go to first, but we are looking at 7-6 in favor of the Cubs. And here's Gant. Gant tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. The infield will move to double play depth. And we are going to get some activity in the Cubs bullpen, as starting to get loose for Chicago will be... they're going to get... they're going to get Amari Telemaco. Actually, who do they have? They've got... Let's see, right. Oh yeah, they're going to get Amari Telemaco warming up for the Cubs. Gant, very capable of also giving the Cardinals the lead with 1 swing of the bat. Traxel will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 133, and a 133 is going to be a ground ball right back to Traxel. This time he'll turn, throw it up to short. That'll throw Langford out, but the relay won't be in time. 2 outs in the inning. Gant will reach on the fielder's choice, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Tatis. Tatis tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Traxel looking to get out of this inning with just the 1 run. He will get the sign from Houston. Fans here at Busch Stadium are on their feet. Traxel will set, and he will pitch. That is a 689. Uh-oh, that's a 699. That'll be a 2-out walk. As the Cubs are trying to get Traxel out of the inning, here's Marrero. Marrero tonight is 0 for 2. Traxel looking to get out of trouble here. He will get the sign from Houston. Fans here at Busch Stadium are on their feet. Traxel will set, and he will pitch. That is a 101, a 301, much needed as Marrero tries to do too much with a changeup. He will swing through it for strike 3, and that will retire the side. Stadium groans. Ugh. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk, and we are looking at a 7-6 lead for the Cubs after 5. Top of the 6th coming up, and leading off for the Cubs is Alexander. Alexander tonight is 1 for 2 with a double. 7-6 Cubs, top of the 7-6 Cubs, top of the 6th. We are going to get some activity in the Cardinals bullpen, as getting loose for St. Louis is going to be who are the Cardinals going to get loose? They're looking at left, right. So they're going to get they want a righty, I think. They are going to get Bobby Witt warming up. Crushore will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 115. That'll turn into a 315, and Alexander's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 1. Traxel is going to come out of the game. The Cubs are going to go to the bench. And coming in to pinch hit for the Cubs is going to be most of their bench is better against lefties. It's going to be Orlando Merced pinch hitting for the Cubs. 300 average, 1 home run, 5 RBIs in 98. Crushore will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That'll be a 233 against a switch left. 233, that's going to be a walk for Merced. That'll also be the first point of fatigue against Crushore. Infield will go to double play depth. Brown, now the batter. Brown tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Merced, not a threat to do much on the base pass. He will stay put. Crushore will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 251 against the lefty, 251. That's going to be a ground ball over to first. McGuire will get that. Crushore will come over to cover. 2 outs in the inning. Merced will make second on the play, though. And here's Morandini. Morandini tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Merced in scoring position, but we'll see if Morandini can bring him in. Crushore will get the sign from Marrero. Fans here at Busch Stadium hoping for a big-time pitch. Crushore will set, and he will pitch. That is a 250 against a lefty, 250. That's going to be a ground ball over once again to McGuire. Crushore will come over to cover again, and this time he will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Cubs. Remains a 1-run game heading into the bottom of the 6th. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little Friday night baseball on the channel here. Cubs need a pitcher. I'm not used to having Digital Diamond screaming at me for that. We are going to tally up the numbers on Steve Traxel before I turn it over to the Cubs bullpen. Let's see. Traxel went 5 innings pitched. 3, 6, 7... 1, 2, 3 walks. No hit batters, faced 25. Traxel currently in line for the win in this one. Coming in to pitch for the Cubs is going to be Amari Telemaco. 1-1 with a 3.90 ERA, 27 2/3 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 5 home runs in 98. He'll be charged with the bottom to start of the Cardinals order. Crushore is going to come out of the game. We'll tally up numbers on him. Let's see, he came in... I had him noted. Oh wait, he's up here, right. So So he went 2 innings. Gave up no hits, no runs, no earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. Didn't hit anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Faced 8. Okay. Coming in to pitch for the pinch hitting first. Pinch hitting for the Cardinals is going to be, I want somebody who hits righties well. They're going to turn to John Mabry. 249 average, 9 home runs, 46 RBIs in 98. He will be in charge of pinch hitting tonight here against Telemaco. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. Cubs trying to keep control of this game. Telemaco will set, and he will pitch. That is a 463. I don't think that'll help with control. 463, that'll be a base hit for Mabry. He will lead off with a single. Oop, not at 1 out. We want the infield at double play depth. Batter now is Ordaz. Ordaz tonight is 0 for 1. He reached on a walk and scored on a wild pickoff play back in the 4th. Are the Cardinals going to try a hit and run? I think here they are going to try the hit and run. Here we are. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 524. That's going to be a catcher play. That'll be Houston we're looking at. And 524, that's going to be a walk, except with a hit and run, that actually turns into 2 strikes. So the Cardinals are going to call off the hit and run here. With 2 strikes on Ordaz, we will pitch again. This time a 426 is going to end the at-bat against a righty. That's going to end up with a base hit into center field. Mabry is not going to try to challenge. And just like that, the Cardinals suddenly in a position to tie this game and or take the lead again. Here's Kelly. Kelly tonight is 1 for 3, but that one was a 2-run bomb. 7-6 Cubs. But as we mentioned, no lead is safe in 1998. Telemaco will get that off of there. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston, and he will pitch. 238. 238 against a righty. 238, that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Brown will get under that one. He will make the play for out number 1. Here's Jordan. Jordan tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. Mabry not going anywhere. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. Infield hoping for a good double play ball. Telemaco will set, and he will pitch. That is a 277 against a righty. 277. Uh-oh. Jordan's into one that's deep to left field. Jordan with a power of an 8. Eight and 5 is 13. And that's going to be a real deep fly ball. But going back for that is Brown. He'll just barely have room. Actually, going back for that one is going to be Rodriguez. That was deep to left field. He will have enough room. 2 outs in the inning. With 2 on and 2 out, the last person Telemaco or anybody who's a fan of the Cubs wants to see in the batter's box is Mark McGwire. McGwire tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. You figure he might be due. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. Fans here at Busch Stadium know McGwire is capable of taking the lead with 1 swing of the bat. Telemaco will set, and he will pitch. That is a 129. That's not really likely to do it. A 129 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Under that is going to be Sosa. He will deny McGwire, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Cardinals not able to do anything with them. Cubs holding on to a 7-6 lead after 6. We've had some dramatic moments in this one, but nothing the Cardinals have been able to capitalize on. Cardinals need a pitcher. Coming into pitch is Bobby Witt. 2-5 with a 4.94 ERA, 47 1/3 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, 20 walks, 7 homers in 98. He will be charged with the heart of the Cubs order. Here's Sosa. Sosa tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Witt will get the sign from Marrero. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 124. 124 will be a fly ball into center field. Langford will get under that one. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And here's Grace. Grace tonight is 1 for 3, but that one was a 3-run bomb. Witt, hoping to get out of this inning nice and easy. He will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 597. That does not sound like it's going to get out of the inning. Jordan, 597. That's going to drop in front of Jordan, and that's going to be a double for Grace. As the batter now is Rodriguez. Rodriguez tonight is 1 for 3, but he's also got a double. Witt will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 663. And a 663 is going to be grounded right back to Witt. Witt will throw that over to first. That'll get Rodriguez for 2 outs in the inning. Grace will make third on the play. And here's Hernandez. Hernandez tonight is 0 for 2, but he's reached on an error. Witt, hoping to get out of trouble here. He will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 593. That'll be Jordan again, and that's a fly ball into right field. Jordan getting under that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except a double for the Cubs. We're still looking at a 7-6 game. It is now the 7th inning stretch. Sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I will take a small break. As I mentioned, tomorrow we will be playing payoff pitch baseball on the channel as I continue scraping off rust for my 2001 season replay that will also be in payoff pitch. The next time we get together for payoff pitch after that, it'll be the 2001 demo game. That is scheduled for the day after Christmas. So stay tuned to the channel for that. That's where I'm going to play payoff pitch nice and slow so you can see how the game works. So if you've never seen payoff pitch before and you want to see it in action, that's where I'm going to slow it down and really show you the ins and outs of payoff pitch. Bottom of the 7th coming up here at Busch Stadium. Langford will be the batter. Langford tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Telemaco hoping to stay out of trouble. He will get the sign. Actually, we're going to get some activity in the Cubs bullpen as they're going to get somebody loose. They're going to get Terry Mulholland warming up. Oop. Yeah. As I send the dice onto the table. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 623. That'll turn into a 633. Won't change the result of the play except where it's going. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Brown. He will make the catch for out number 1. And here's Gant. Gant tonight is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 523. That should be no problem for Houston. That'll be popped up behind the plate. Houston throwing his mask away, but he'll make the catch for out number 2. Here's Tatis. Tatis tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Telemaco trying to get out of the 7th. He will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 538. That might be a problem for Grace, and it will be. That'll be a base hit into right field. Tatis not going to try to stretch that. The Cardinals need a base runner. He's not going to try to get cute. Here's Marrero. Marrero tonight is not the guy you want at the plate tonight. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. That is also the first point of fatigue against Telemaco. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and he will pitch. A 494. That could be trouble against a righty. Yep, that is trouble. That's going to be deep to left field. Good news for the Cubs. Marrero's only got a power of a 3. Bad news, he can still hit it out. 3 and 7 is 10. He's not going to hit it out, but that will be a base hit. Tatis will make it, I believe, on a 1B++. He advances 2 bases, right? Yes. So that is going to be a base hit. Tatis will make it to 3rd. Marrero to 1st. Second point of fatigue against Telemaco. Ooh, they have a decision here. Do they let Witt try to hit? And I think the answer to that is no. Witt is going to come out of the game, even though the Cardinals wanted more innings out of him. They're going to get some activity in the bullpen. They're going to get, let's see, left, right on a probable pinch. They're going to get Curtis King warming up, as the Cardinals are going to go to the bench once again. Who are the Cardinals going to bring in against a righty? They are going to bring in David Bell to try to tie this game. 222 average, no home runs, no RBIs in 98. No pressure. Telemaco will get the sign from Houston. Fans here at Busch Stadium on their feet, hoping Bell can come through with a big-time hit. Telemaco will set, and he will pitch. That is a 446 against a righty. 446. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball right back to Telemaco. He will throw that. He'll take his time, throw that over to 1st, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Cardinals can't do anything with them. Cubs holding on to a 7-6 lead after 7. Stadium groans. Ugh. Tally up numbers on Witt. Let's see, he came in, right, I think he came in at the start of the inning. So 1, nothing else there. At least 4. Fourth pitcher for the Cardinals tonight is Curtis King. 2-0 with a 3.53 ERA, 51 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, 20 walks, 5 homers in, hold it. Yeah, never mind. In 98. Wow. Couldn't think of it for a second there. He will lead off facing Houston. Houston tonight is over 2 with a walk. King will get the sign from Marrero. He will set and he will pitch. That is a 656. That sounds outish. And that'll be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that for the Cardinals is going to be Ordaz. He will throw that over to first for out number 1. There we go. Here's Alexander. Alexander tonight is 1 for 3, but that 1 was a double. King will get the sign from Marrero. He will set and he will pitch. That is a 474 against a righty. 474, that's going to be grounded over to third. Throwing it across the diamond is going to be Tatis. 2 outs in the inning. Pinch hitter coming in for Telemaco. He's done his job. Let's see who the Cubs are going to bring in. Once again, they've got their bench is better against lefties than righties, but they're going to bring in they're going to bring in Lance Johnson. .280 average, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs in 98. He will be in charge of trying to get on to continue this inning. King will get the sign from Marrero. He will set and he will pitch. On a 624, that'll send us over to the ballpark, and that's going to be a pop that's going to get popped up on the infield. Getting under that at second base is Kelly. He will make the play. Hold up. He will make the play, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs here in the top of the 8th. Cubs still holding on to a 1-run lead as we head into the bottom of the 8th. Let's see. I'm going to tally up numbers for Telemaco before we bring in our new pitcher. All right. Coming into pitch for the Cubs will be Terry Mulholland. 6-5 with a 2.89 ERA, 112 innings pitched, 72 strikeouts, 39 walks, and 7 homers in 98. Nice to have baseball tonight. This is the first baseball sim you've watched. I really actually like some of these baseball sims, Randy, although I am picky about what I want in my baseball sims. In fact, that pickiness is a lot of why I got rid of Appa earlier this year with a trade with Chester. Leading off the bottom of the 8th is Ordaz. Ordaz tonight is 1 for 2 with a single, but he's reached on an error. We're going to get some activity in the Cubs' bullpen, as they don't want any funny business tonight. They want the closer. Let me see if I can find said closer. Here we go. The Cubs are going to get Rod Beck warming up, planning to turn the 9th over to him. Mulholland will get the sign from Houston. He will set and he will pitch. That'll be a 542. That'll send us over to the second baseman. That is Morandini, and that'll be no problem for him. That'll get hit on a couple hops right to him. He'll make the play over to first. 1 out in the inning. And if you're wanting more baseball, Randy, like I said, there will be more baseball coming on the channel. Tomorrow we'll have payoff pitch, And then the day after Christmas will be the 2001 demo game for my replay. And I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. Here's Kelly tonight. Kelly is 1 for 4, but he's got a 2-run homer. Mulholland will get the sign from Houston. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 242. And a 242 against a righty is going to be grounded over to third. Hernandez will fire that across the horn. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Jordan. Jordan tonight is 1 for 4, but that one was a double. Mulholland will get the sign from Houston. Beck continuing to toss in the bullpen. Mulholland will set, and he will pitch. That is a 622. That'll turn into a 632 and be a fly ball into center field. Brown will get under that one. He'll make the catch with no problems, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs holding on to a 7-6 lead after 8. Top of the 9th coming up brings us back to the top of the Cubs order. Here's Brown leading off as King finishes up his warm-up tosses. Brown tonight is 1 for 4. He led off the game with a single, but has been hitless since. King will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 664. I think he's going to continue to go hitless. That'll be grounded right back to King. King will throw that over to McGuire for 1 out in the inning. Hopefully I'll have my digital stat keeper figured out by the time my 2001 replay starts as well. Here's Morandini. Morandini tonight is 1 for 4 with a single as I.D. Jester now joins us here at Busch Stadium. Just in time for a little high drama here, Jester. Finspan, a shorter game than season ticket baseball. Yeah, sounds about right. King will get the sign from Marrero, and he will pitch. That is a 616. 616 is going to be a called strike 3 on Morandini. That'll catch the black for strike 3, out number 2. And here's Sosa. Sosa tonight is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Sosa probably making Jester panic right now. I know he's a huge Cardinals fan. King will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 233. And against a righty 233, that's going to be a base hit as Sosa will extend the inning. Sosa's 3rd hit of the night. All singles. And here's Grace. Grace tonight is 2 for 4. He's got a double and a 3-run bomb. Grace would love to give the Cubs a little bit of insurance, especially with the heart of the Cardinals order due up in the bottom of the 9th. King. Actually, that is also the first point of fatigue against King. I am horrible about remembering that. King will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 697. Oh boy. That's a 707. That is deep to center field. Grace with a power of a 5. Can Grace do it again? Let's see, 5 and 12 is 17. Yes, he can. Mark Grace has done it again with a boom! That ball is hit high, deep to center field. Langford, back to the track, back to the wall. That ball sails out of here, just barely clearing the seats. Home run, Mark Grace. 9-6 in favor of the Cubs. Stadium and I.D. Jester, barf. Blah. Here's Rodriguez. Rodriguez tonight is 1 for 4 with a double, and that is going to be it for King. We'll compile stats on King. Actually, we need to get some activity. We're going to pretend. We'll actually give Lance Painter, who's going to be the new pitcher. Right? No. He's actually terrible against lefties. Let's bring in Mark Petkovsek. That sounds like an Eastern European name. Runs in 98. And I see my OBS went nuts again. Let me compile stats on... that's right. That's King, so MP. I'll compile stats for King while Jester continues to cry and chat about watching the Cardinals get separated from the Cubs here. Let's see, that was actually 1.2 for King. Let's see. Didn't give up. So he gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. No walks. No strikeouts, no hit batters, faced 7 batters. Okay, so we're giving Petkovsek a little bit of time to warm up. We'll see if he can get out of the bottom of the 9th and give the Cardinals a chance for some 9th inning magic. Petkovsek will get the sign from Marrero. His job is to get 1 out. Petkovsek will set, and he will pitch. That is a 173, and a 173 is going to be a bloop single. So, of course, Petkovsek comes in, and the first thing he does is give up a leadoff single. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez tonight is 0 for 3, but he reached on an error. Petkovsek, feeling shaky tonight. He will get the sign from Marrero. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 277 against a righty. 277, oh boy, that is deep to center field. Hernandez with a power of a 7. Do the Cubs pick up a little more breathing room? 13, deep to center field. No, they don't. That'll be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that for the Cardinals is going to be Langford. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 runs on 3 hits. Mark Grace's second home run of the evening makes it 9-6 Cubs as we head into the bottom of the 9th. But we have the age-old question to answer of, will we see some 9th inning magic? I'm sure Jester is pulling for all of the 9th inning magic right now. Going to compile stats for Mulholland real quick. All goose eggs except for the 3 batters he faced. Mulholland is going to come out of the game. The Cubs want no funny business. They're going to turn this over to the closer, Rod Beck. 3-4 with 51 saves, a 3.02 ERA, 80 1/3 innings pitched, 81 strikeouts, 20 walks, and 11 homers in 98. He, of course, is charged with the heart of the order, led off by Mark McGwire himself. McGwire has been quiet tonight, though. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. Jester probably hoping McGwire is due tonight. Beck will get the sign from Houston. He will set, here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 456 against a righty. 456, well, McGwire is going to start that rally with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Mark McGwire. That is the way you want to see a rally start if you're a Cardinals fan. 9-7 Cardinals. Stadium cheers. Yay! Here's Langford. Langford tonight is 1 for 4, but he's got a single. Beck has got to have instant amnesia from that one. Beck will get the sign from Houston. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 179, and a 179 is going to be a bloop single for Langford, and just like that, And just like that, the tying run in the form of Gant is coming to the plate. Gant tonight is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Let's see, nobody out in the inning, but the infield will go to double play depth. We've got drama. We've got drama here. Not sure why I have the Cubs score in red and the Cardinals in blue, making a mess of it. That's why I've got the logos in front of it. It's just the way the scoreboard's set. I could probably change it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. The Cardinals are going to consider the hit and run for about 5 seconds. Gant's going to give that sign a sign of his own, and he's going to swing away. Gant is more than capable of tying this game in one swing of the bat. Let's see if he can, though. Beck will get the sign from Houston. Fans here at Busch Stadium are alive on McGuire's home run. Beck will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 234 against a righty. 234. Ooh, that is a much needed called strike 3 by Beck, as he will get Gant looking at a fastball for strike 3. That is out number 1. Here's Tatis. Tatis tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a walk. Once again, Tatis good enough power that he's gonna give the hit and run sign a sign of his own and swing away. Fans here at Busch Stadium still on their feet. Cubs bench looking nervous. Beck will get the sign from Houston. He will set and he will pitch. Into a 553. That'll be over to Grace. That should be no problem. Actually, no, 553. That'll be third base. That's over to Hernandez. 553 will be grounded right to Hernandez. He will take his time, cross the horn with that throw. 2 outs in the inning. Langford will go to second on the play, and the last chance for the Cardinals tonight comes down to Eli Marrero. Marrero tonight is 1 for 4 with a single. Beck trying to get out of trouble here, trying to get the Cubs this win. The Cardinals historically won this game 16-3. This is August 7th, 1998. Beck trying to rewrite history. Beck will get the sign from Houston. He will set. Busch Stadium on their feet. And here comes the pitch. That is a 406. And against a righty, 406, Marrero is going to walk, and that's going to bring the winning run to the plate. Wow, we've got 9th inning drama, and there's no way they're going to let Mark Petkovsek bat here. The Cardinals want to try to get this win, because of course they do. Question is, who are they going to turn to for it? They're going to give the bat to... Who are they going to give it to? They're going to give the bat in this case to Delino DeShields. 290 average, 7 home runs, 44 RBIs in 98. Beck is hoping to get this one out of trouble. We do have 2 outs in the inning. I am not paying attention to that. Fans here at Busch Stadium still on their feet. Beck trying to get this game over with. DeShields would like to either extend it or get it over the other way. Beck will get the sign from Houston. He will shake him off. Beck will get a sign he likes. Beck will set. Here's the kick. And here comes the pitch. A 445 going to DeShields, a 445 against a righty. That's going to be a ground ball over to second base. Morandini will get a hold of that one. He'll take it over to the bag himself, jump on the bag. That's your game. The Chicago Cubs will escape this one with a win over the St. Louis Cardinals by a final score of 9-7. 1 run, 2 hits, and a walk in the bottom of the 9th, but it's not enough for the Cardinals. Final line score coming up. For the Cubs, 9 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. For the Cardinals, 7 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is going to be Steve Traxel. He'll get the win. Kent Bottenfield will take the loss. And Rod Beck will end up with the save. And that'll do it for this playthrough of Season Ticket Baseball. Before we wrap the day up, I did get a delivery in earlier today that I'm going to go ahead and crack open here on the channel. This is from a gentleman off of Board Game Geek, and I'm going to crack it open off camera, but I'll show it on camera because I don't want to go too far with this baseball setup, since there will be more baseball on the channel coming up tomorrow. Yes, indeed, a nice win for the Cubs with high drama. I know Jester is not very happy about it in the slightest. Actually, I think I want to open it this way. Perhaps the Cardinals want a rematch. Well, I'm sure they will want a rematch, but they'll have to wait until the 2001 season replay to get a rematch. I will say that I've got another National League game up for payoff pitch tomorrow, but it is not going to be a rematch of this one. I wanted to feature a few different teams. But I'm going to hold what matchup is actually lined up for payoff pitch tomorrow. Ooh. I want to make sure this doesn't go falling on me. Just working on getting everything out here. Just making sure there's nothing else in the box. Okay. So what we're greeted by in here is actually a delivery of a new game. Looks to be new in shrink, actually, by DVG. This is called Pavlov's House, The Battle of Stalingrad by Dan Verson Games. I'm not going to go through all of the text on the back, but this is the last game in the Valiant Defense series. So now I've got that series complete. We will do a full unboxing of that. Probably after, well, I would say after Christmas, but I don't know. Because I still am going to have a couple days here. But I will be traveling over Christmas week, so there will be no content on the channel except for a Christmas episode of Mystical Munchies, which I'm going to try to do on the channel. I'm working out the logistics on all of that, as I will be traveling to see my family for Christmas. So stay tuned to the channel. Like I said, I'm hoping for a Christmas episode of Mystical Munchies. Anyway, that'll do it for this playthrough of Season Ticket Baseball. I really enjoy this system, honestly. To me, Jester's probably going to think this is blasphemous, but I think for me, this is what I wanted APA to be. Where I wanted a good narrative system that really brought the stadiums in, and I think I realized after my 1991 replay, which also used payoff pitch, that I really wanted the stadiums to be a factor in this, because each stadium is going to play its own little different way. APA does offer the ballpark factors, but those were just complicated when I tried to set them up. So that's part of why I got rid of APA from my collection. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, so let's wrap it up. Tomorrow morning, I'm thinking, stay tuned to the channel for developments on that. I'm thinking we're going to do a game of payoff pitch baseball, which is why I didn't want to go far with this entire setup. So this is going to stay up. Tomorrow afternoon, most likely, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Corleone family cookbook as we make the entree, shrimp scampi. Sunday morning, we're going to be doing a football game on the channel as we play second season football by Play Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The Chicago Cubs survived some ninth inning magic to win this game over the St. Louis Cardinals by a final score of 9-7. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.